Plug us in.
Let me see what we got.
Hello, everyone, and welcome to It's Sybil. I am Sybil Wilkes, and most of the gang is all here. Hello, Myra J. How are you today?
I am doing very well. Happy Valentine's Day to one and all.
And to you as well, and to
Like,
like
huh.
you didn't know.
You know
Mm.
he all on top of that.
Is
Oh
that
yeah,
is that is that today?
it,
Come
it's
on. Come
every
on, Mr. Hearts and Chocolate.
okay,
The funny thing is, I'm going to why. We're going to see the Wiz tonight. So last night we went for our Valentine's Day dinner. Now everybody, the dudes on here know what February 13th is. That's Side Chicks Night.
side chicks, right?
Side Chick Night. February 13th, Side Chick Night. And so I said it a little too loud in the restaurant and did not get favorable. Like I was making a
Response,
joke,
yeah,
but
yeah,
clearly it was not a joke for everybody at the restaurant.
right, because
So
it
so yeah,
hit home a little too heavy and
a little too
hard.
Well,
close,
what's
a
Right?
little too
February
close.
15th? Because that's what I was told.
I heard it's the
That's
13th or the 15th.
Oh,
I
okay.
So the
understand.
13th for
I believe
one and
yeah.
15th for the others.
I believe that the 15th is using the term tertiary.
That's the side piece, Myra.
Right, right,
Side piece to the
right.
side piece. Yes, yes. And young Quinn is not with us. She is working on some things for Black History Month and for Women's History Month. So we will sally forth. Stephen Hill, welcome back. Glad you're here. Myra and I
Good to be
missed you
back.
last week.
Thank you
Uh,
too.
what's new? What's new with you? You been out on the road?
Yeah, just got the last of the this leg of the Sway and Slay tour just ended in Nashville. It was an amazing 2022, I think 22, 23 show run.
Wow.
All of them since the beginning of the year, so it was really packed into a lot of time. Look, she's just top of her game, and I kept waiting for like not waiting, but like no show sucked. And I mean that in the
Hmm.
best way. Like there wasn't a show that was like, oh, that was a little every
Hmm.
show was on, the crowd was in, and I'm looking forward to going to the studio. She's going to the studio soon to record new
Oh,
music, so that's the next step. So looking forward to that.
Yay,
So that was
nice,
awesome.
yay.
Yeah.
nice. When does that start? And will you be producing?
Nope, I will not.
Okay.
I will be. I'm the head suggester. That's my name. That's my role. But I look forward to hearing what she brings home.
Nice, 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 nice. That's awesome. That's awesome. Myra, you're well?
Oh, yeah, it's all good here. Yep,
Okay.
yep, yep.
You look like you've been outside. Have you gotten some sun?
No,
Oh, okay. No,
you
you
know
you
what?
just have a glow about you, unless there's something else you want to share with us on Valentine's Day.
No,
You know. No, you sure?
wait, you
Awesome.
know what it is? I
What
got
is
my hair done today, so the blood vessels, you know how they snatch us back? Yeah, yeah, that,
it?
that's what it is.
Is that what it is?
My edges have been snatched. That's what that glow is. Yeah, I'm pretty
However
sure.
you want to describe it, I'm happy for you. So, as I mentioned, we are here and talking about the day. There, I know there's a lot going on, and we will
Yes.
get to the day's news. I want to talk a little bit about what's in today's "What You Need to Know" newsletter. And Quinn Townsend Riley is our LGBTQ plus contributor, and she writes about the country of Thailand, and it could make history if it legalizes same-sex marriage. If this bill passes, it would make Thailand only the third country in Asia to legalize same sex marriage and potentially the first to do so without any caveats. Nepal legalized same sex marriage in 2023 and Taiwan in 2019, but both countries have been criticized for imposing restrictions on that, such as same sex adoptions and what have you. Taiwanese same sex couples they won the right to marry, but not given full adoption rights immediately until I think it was this year or maybe it was last year. The prime minister of Thailand took office in August of last year, and he said that, and I'm going to sneeze.
Bless you.
Excuse me, I'm sorry. I couldn't
I
hit.
tried to cover it up for
I
you. Okay.
couldn't
It's okay.
cover and hit mute at the same time, so I apologize.
It's okay.
Last year, he said that the same sex marriage bill would strengthen the family institution that includes gender diversity. And this could influence other countries if the bill is passed. In Malaysia, male homosexuality is still illegal. So, how do you all feel about that? Because I mean, it's like, well, it's about time, but it wasn't that long ago. If you remember, just a couple of administrations ago, that couples here were given the right to marry legally.
Well, I'm glad to see these other countries are stepping up. I was actually talking to a gay couple, and they mentioned something I hadn't thought about because I was talking about the cruise, and they were saying, "Oh, we don't really cruise," and I was like, "Oh yeah, you need to come on the cruise and it's fun." Blah blah blah. They said, "Well, a lot of the countries in the Caribbean frown upon gay couples, and we are afraid to go." And
Yeah.
I went, why I hadn't really thought about that. I had
Yeah.
not thought about that. So the more places that are open to them, the more that they want to travel. Because they said we want to travel, but we have to feel safe.
Yeah, absolutely, absolutely.
Yeah.
And a lot of African nations too
Yeah.
are still very homophobic and not very welcoming in that respect as
I don't
well.
know if anybody saw Bill Maher this past week, but to synthesize it, he talked about how wonderful it is to live in the U.S., even though it's not perfect.
Hmm.
Because when it comes to things, and he was talk specifically about gay rights, um, it's not perfect here, but it's
Hmm.
so much better here than it is around the rest of the world. Like comparing the rest of the world to we're much more progressive than I'd say a good 80% of a good 80% of the world. Like that's just
Mhm.
it's just true. I my personal opinion, it's unfortunate, but it is true. So I love to see other countries come along and do that. I do have a question about Malaysia. Malaysia, male mixed homosexuality is
Yeah,
forbidden, but females is like pay-per-view.
lesbianism.
What?
Just
Yeah, not what they said. You said,
You
didn't you
could
say
no,
be a
I
male?
did. I
lesbian?
said I said male homosexuality is still illegal
Huh.
in
Okay.
Malaysia.
Okay. All right.
In
That makes
as far as female couples is concerned, it's like, well,
that's
That happened. Whatever.
that's very very strange. That's just very very strange to me.
unless it just shows the hierarchy in their system and that females rank that much lower than males, and they just don't care that much about it, and it's not worth their time.
Well,
I'm just that's just a
right.
suggestion off the top of my head. I don't
Yeah.
know that for sure.
That's just
Yeah.
the height of homophobia. Like, no, she can do it over there, but you better not step to me, dude.
Mhm.
I'm like, oh, come on, get secure, put your big boy pants on.
Well,
Yeah.
that's what starts the problem there, Myra. And thus the problems begin.
That's right.
Yes, yes.
Mhm,
That's
yeah.
right.
Also in the newsletter, we have a weekly section called Black and Missing, and we go and join our friends from the Black and Missing Foundation and talk about those people that are just that, Black and Missing. This week, take a look at LaQuandra Doris Robinson. Her picture is in our newsletter. She's been missing from Kannapolis, North Carolina, since February 1st. She's 15 years old and a student last seen at the A.L. Brown High School on Martin Luther King Jr. Avenue. The family believes that she may have been taken by lured by an unknown person.
Mm,
And she was last seen wearing a black bubble vest, mustard long sleeve shirt, wide leg blue jeans, and black Vapor Max Nikes. She was also carrying a black Levi book bag and a Marc Jacobs purse. So she was well dressed and well
mm,
appointed.
mm.
And
Yeah.
if anyone with information about LaQuandra's disappearance, please take a look at her picture. If she looks familiar to you, then go to the Black and Missing Foundation website and report what you think you've seen. And we would really appreciate that. Among the other stories today, mentioning that, well, I will give an update on what happened yesterday. And talk the story about that took place in the third congressional district in New York State. That election took place on Tuesday. This was and why the big deal? Well, this was the congressional seat that was held by George Santos, the first the first congressman to be expelled and indicted in one fell swoop almost from his seat. And they needed somebody to take his place. He was a Republican. And so they had a special election yesterday with a black Ethiopian Jewish woman running as a Republican against a white Democratic man. And the topper, not I guess not the topper, but here's another thing to add to her. She really is a registered Democrat, but she was running as a Republican. She
Why?
lost.
Why?
Yes.
They really wanted somebody different.
Okay.
As if George Santos wasn't enough of a
Right.
difference. They really wanted somebody to speak to the people and to stand out. But they could not find her. Her name is Mazi Philip, and this gentleman is Tom Swazi, and Mr. Swazi won. He was the congressman for that district for like 3 terms before George Santos won, and the reason why he didn't run is because he was running for governor
Okay.
against, and he lost against that governor, so he lost his spot in running for his old seat. But see, that's what happens. You drop out, and then just all kinds of things happen, and go on there, and all hell breaks loose in in the Long Island, New York district. Okay, so Mr. Swazi is back in place, and now they have narrowed the already very narrow lead held by the Republicans. I think it's like 219 to 213 now.
Mhm.
They are and they need every vote they can get. Although last night they managed to indict. They impeached the current Secretary of Health and of Homeland Security, and Mayorkas, and so they're showing them that they're really working on the border because they got nothing else. They can't pass a budget. They, you know, and they can't even find agreement among themselves in most cases to get this impeachment thing done. And so they managed to pass that through, and it's going to go to the Senate where it is not likely to pass. Obviously, I think it's 2/3 of the Senate needs to approve this, and they are not going to get all 50 Democrats to vote against the Secretary Mayorkas, and as well as another 10 people from the Republican Party. The Republicans realize how ridiculous, and difficult this is. Have you all been watching any of this?
Very little.
Well,
'Cause
I watched the very end last night when at the end, I don't know if you stayed up for it, but at the end of the press conference, the dude like went, I'm George Santos, another lie wins. I was like, no, no, no.
It was
It was,
Face Off Part Two.
it was just, it was just my TV.
Yeah. No, first it was the Nicolas Cage, and then it was George Santos.
That's right.
Yeah. I don't know if this really has much interest, but just the politics of it all, and I'll say it once, and I've said it once, and I'll say it again. How ridiculous this Republican House is in what they're trying to do in curry favor to Donald Trump, and even taking something to the floor, and they don't know that they have the votes.
Mhm.
They don't know. They have nothing to verify that they have the votes, and it looks quite ridiculous.
Look, right now they can't get together to tie their shoes.
Right.
It's
And they're wearing buckles.
That's right. That's right. That's right.
it's like it's just very frustrating for the American public because it's like when are we going to get real stuff done?
Right.
There's no hope on the horizon. That's the thing. I'm the positive guy, and I look out ahead and see like, okay, so what's the end of this?
Hmm.
Where's it going to come to? Who are
And so Stephen Hill will come back to us.
who's going to come in and bring? Oh, sorry. Who's he that's going to come in and save? Who she is going to come in there and like bring sense to it? And I don't see anybody because everybody's doubling down because that's the way the news cycle works
Yeah.
now.
Mhm.
Yeah. And the
Uh,
way the new Republican Party works too. The MAGA Party is working, at the behest of the mind meld in Florida, and so it is. Um, it's quite distressing, especially you're like 6 months before a major election, This is not looking good for, especially for you guys and gals who are looking to be reelected in the House. Every one of you is up for reelection, and
Mhm.
1/3 of the Senate. Now things could. I mean, hey, I've been fooled before, and I will definitely be fooled again. But I will say that they are not setting the table very well in presenting to the American public. Look what we did, or look what I can do. Like, uh, and it's not happening.
Yeah,
Like I
yeah,
said, they can't even pass a budget. They had to come back and count. No, you're really going to vote for us this time, right? And you're gonna stop and you're not going to get cancer treatments. You're going to come back to Congress and you're going to vote, and then you go back and take care of your little cancer, right? Right? And it's pitiful and it's ridiculous.
yeah, yeah. I'm like it. I just want November to come. Let's get to voting because all I hear is want. No,
Mm.
nobody's getting anything passed or anything done.
I too am looking forward to November of 2028.
And who do you say will be? Oh, Swami, who's going to be there running then?
Oh, the same person I voted for in 2020, not Trump. That's
That's
the
a
same person.
simple enough decision. Yeah.
That's who I voted for in 2020, not Trump.
Yep.
So, before we get to the horrific thing that happened in Kansas City that erupted in gunfire, we had a shooting in the Texas area. This was in Houston, Texas on Sunday. A woman carrying an AR-15 rifle and pulling her young son with her walked into the Lakewood Church, that is the Joel Osteen Church in Houston, and opened fire. She was taken down by two off duty policemen.
Oh, jeez.
Her son was caught in the gunfire. She managed to get off 30 something rounds of fire, but her son was caught in the gunfire and he is still hospitalized in intensive care with a traumatic head wound.
Hmm.
And one other person was wounded in the gunfight, and that person's been released from the hospital. But as I said, there were too many red flags in this story, and too many red flags surrounding this woman for this to have happened. But the state of Texas, they don't mind telling a woman what to do with her body, but you cannot tell them what to do with a gun.
I
Hmm.
You
know.
cannot.
Yep. Yep.
And but there were a lot of red flags surrounding this woman who had obviously had mental health issues, and her neighbors were reporting her. Her ex-husband was reporting her. She had interactions with the police and all kinds of infractions, and nobody put all of these flags together. No one connected the dots in this case, and the unfortunate outcome is this child whose life will never be the same, no matter
No.
how well he
Yeah.
comes out of this physically,
Yep.
mentally, he will never be the same. And those that were there at the church, it was a traumatic event, as you might expect. They were getting ready for their Spanish service at 2 o'clock in the afternoon on a Sunday. Now we know you can't go to church. We know that. We know you can't go to school. We know you now can't go to a parade. Well, that happened outside of Chicago, the 4th of July, with a parade. Now it's the Super Bowl champions. You can't go to their parade either without fear.
I have no further details, but I did get a notice on my phone late this afternoon. Apparently, four have been shot at a high school here in Atlanta.
Yeah, I had
Yep.
that story too
Mhm.
at the Benjamin Mays High School.
Yep.
Yep,
Yep.
yep,
Yep. Yep.
yep, absolutely. And let us pray for those kids too. I mean, like I said, you can't go to school. Or in Chicago, the thing, Myra, and I think this is what happened at this school. The kids were let out from school, and two kids in two different cases, the kids were standing outside of their school, and drive-bys occurred. One person got out of the car, shot these two kids in Chicago, and left the scene.
Hmm.
So you're absolutely
Sad.
right.
Sad.
Um,
Sad.
let's move to a happier topic on what's really going on. This is Valentine's Day. Stephen Hill, you can feel free to share with us with your past life, or you could just sit this one out if you like. Um, but
Wow, that's a great setup right there. I am absolutely 100% looking forward to this question that I might not be able to answer. Oh,
I,
come
I,
on with it.
I think
Come
I
with it.
think for the success of another Valentine's Day or October anniversary or whatever, celebration you guys have coming up. Who would you like to be your Valentine? Put it out there. Just Myra J. It could be J. Anthony Brown. It could be, although I would put you in a home at that point.
Can we?
And Myra, it doesn't matter about the age, just whatever. Like I am just transfixed by Michael B. Jordan these days. I don't know what it is, and I'm old enough to be his mother's older sister. But I like this kid so much, and
Wait,
just throwing it out there. Michael
but
B.
you said
Jordan.
you don't know why? Maybe because he's fine,
He is
talented,
beautiful. No, he's not
funny,
just fine.
smart.
He is
Huh?
gorgeous.
I can't imagine why I have a crush on him. That's so crazy. That's so crazy.
Until he got into that Lamborghini dust up, he was practically perfect for me. But
Yeah.
or in my not for me, but in my eyes.
I,
Myra, how about you? Age, color, it doesn't matter.
it's weird because the guys who I kind of like, they're married, so I
Hmm.
know this isn't a thing, but I have always had this thing. I like Don Cheadle.
Mm.
Don
He's a
Cheadle.
cute little fella, isn't he?
Oh, honey, you can act any way you want to around me. Just, mm, yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yep.
He's funny, he's smart, he's
Yes.
talented,
Yes.
and I love the
Yes.
way he's a,
Yes.
a girl dad and really treats the women in his life
Hmm.
from the outside looking in. So that's our question. Whether you are, you can come on. Oh, you can't come on anonymously. We can't even ask Stephen Hill to be anonymous in this respect. But we would like to know on this day of Valentine's Day. It could be your current partner if you like.
What part of I'm married to Shantae Moore does not sink in? Like
That's
what?
what I'm saying.
What?
I
Even the
understand
fact that
that.
no, no, the
I
fact you
get
even
it. You
preface like,
have
well, it
you
could be
have
a
your
well, what?
Valentine's Day. I get it. I
In
get
my
it.
past life, she was my Valentine in my head. Like, what part of I'm married to Shantae Moore is not sinking in today?
Well, until you told us, Shantae Moore is my girlfriend. Oh, we didn't know that she was your Valentine in years past. But you're a happily Valentine's up man. We get it.
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah,
Okay.
yeah.
Okay. Okay. So just go have a soda or something.
There's an old SNL episode when Michael Jordan was on it with Stuart B. Smalley and said,
Mm,
"Don't you ever feel not good about yourself?" He's like, "Nope,
nope.
never." Michael Jordan goes, "Nope." Don't you ever feel like you need? Nope, I'm good.
You
I
and
am
you
Michael
and
Jordan in the Valentine's Day game.
you've maxed out. You've maxed out. And I'm not wishing anything on you, but you could fall out today and die a happy man. That would just
Yes.
be yeah,
Oh,
just
absolutely. I don't take that the bad way. That is absolutely true. A meteor could come through that window right there, smack me in the back of the head right before I said, "I'm like,
and then you could
So,
freeze on camera.
I know I froze. No, no, I know,
No,
I know
no,
I
you're
froze."
good. You're good. You're good. With a picture perfect background too, might I add.
mhm.
Absolutely, absolutely. So Myra, Don Cheadle is your type,
He's
or
one,
not
yes.
your type, but he works for you now.
Uh, well, he's always been. See, here's the thing to
Uh huh.
me.
Hmm.
I I it's an energy thing, and I've only met him once, and it was many years ago. But he just seemed to be like such a cool person, and I'm like, okay, okay, and trust me, and I understand the Michael B. Jordan and the Rock and all that. That's cute, but that ain't gonna stick. I need something like some macaroni and cheese. I need something that's gonna stick.
Okay.
Yeah. So I'm
So call me frivolous, call me childish, call
Wow.
me girlish, and all of that, but that's not
that
gonna stick.
that's gonna stick today.
Well, in my case, that's all I need is today. Anything beyond today, that's yeah.
Yeah. It's a couple of them. I like Michael Strahan. I like the singer Kim.
Mm.
Yeah, yeah. So yeah, it's It's a few. It's a few out there that I'm like, hello.
It's me.
I've been stalking for a long, long time.
Right. Okay, Ralph Tresman, hello.
Okay.
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah, absolutely, absolutely. So folks, do you have any Valentines that you like? Who would you like to be your Valentine? And we'll just keep it right here. We won't. It won't go any further than the group
Yeah.
here.
You don't have to worry about anybody else singing.
Aubrey W on YouTube. I would definitely like the comedian Lunell to be my
Okay.
Valentine's. I don't know what it is about her, but she's very interesting to you.
She's interesting to everyone.
Yeah.
She is indeed. She is indeed.
And the
Ooh.
next person that says Cat Williams, we're gonna pray for you. Um, Denise Cuffey on Facebook says yes to Don Cheadle, Myra J, but I love me some David Allen Greer. That is one
Mhm.
that does not work for me.
Really, David Allen Greer?
Yeah, no,
Baby. Oh, yes.
really.
Oh, yes.
I don't know. Well, it's not the old man beard. That's not what does it or turns me off. He's just always been. He's been funnier in his head than he is to me.
Well, what a lot of people don't realize, he has studied Shakespeare.
Yeah,
He's a great stage actor,
right.
and so I think that there's another side of David Allen Greer that we don't get to see enough of. Because I just think he gets many more jobs in comedy,
I forget what I saw him on Broadway in not too long ago, but yeah, he's a very talented man.
Mhm.
Yale graduate, if I'm not
Mhm.
mistaken.
Yeah.
Manuel Murphy on Facebook, been married so long, just thinking about it is not an option.
I hear you,
So let's
Megan.
just say your bride is your Valentine. That's who you would like to be your Valentine. Sade. Carl
Okay.
Hodges on Facebook says it would be Sade. You and a lot of men and women are saying the same thing. Who is it? Wanda. Wanda Sykes is a major. I
You
think she would.
Sade fan,
Oh
really?
yeah. I
Okay.
think she would. I think she would leave her wife and the twins for Sade. Keisha Mitchell Brown on Facebook says Denzi will always be my love. Denzel. Yeah.
Mm,
Yeah.
mm.
That's a good one. But Morris Chestnut could get it too. I think that's what the ... means.
I like Sharon Humphrey Fletcher on Facebook talking about the
Oh,
weigh-ins.
put
Yep,
that
all of
one
them.
back. No. Did
Karen
I just?
Vaughn, Yolanda,
Somebody said Lorenz. Yes,
Tate or
baby.
Omar Epps.
Lorenz Tate.
So do you watch him? Are you a Power
Yes, I
fan?
do.
Okay.
No, I just watch him. Watch him. Watch him. I'm watching him.
Wanda Tucker on Facebook. I know he's married, but Method Man. Would you be my Valentine? I'm with you on that one too.
Yeah, that's
Yeah,
another
I
nice
don't
one.
watch Power, but I watch
Mm,
Method Man.
Yeah,
Yeah,
nice.
for sure.
That's a nice
Yeah,
one.
that's a nice piece. Barbara Ferguson. I like Mike Coulter. Mike Coulter was what superhero? Idris Elba, Morris Chestnut,
Mhm.
and Tay Diggs. Nice,
Oh, yeah.
nice little chocolate sandwich
Yeah,
there.
we just call all them new babies.
Okay.
And the new babies right there.
and Barbara, that's good birthday gift ideas too for you. As we and when are you leaving for Australia? And hopefully you'll find a Morris or one of their lookalikes while you're over there. That would be
Mhm.
awesome.
I just saw one that made me laugh.
What's that?
I hope that somebody said John Sally or Stephen Hill.
Separated at birth.
I am blushing. Ms. Moody, I appreciate that. I appreciate
Michael
that.
Moody on Facebook says John Sal, and they wear the same kind of glasses. Maybe that's part of it too.
Okay, that's right. It was on here. We discovered we actually showed that we wear the exact same glasses. That's right.
Yeah, absolutely. Steve, how does that make you feel when you are the object of women's desire?
It
Look at his blush.
back in my single life, it happened so infrequently. I never really got a rhythm around that.
Right.
So it just didn't. It didn't. Back in my single life, oh, No.
Who, me?
Okay, so if you want to, the truth is, no matter what happened to me, I was always the 14-year-old boy who was the guy that the girls talked to but would never go out with.
Right.
In my head,
In your
literally.
head, right.
Yes. In my head, I was always that. If I'm going to be honest.
Kind of like me.
I'm sorry, my wife just walked in the door.
Oh no, I thought you were just saying, yeah, that's me, the 14-year-old boy.
No, that is me too. That is me too. I was the blurred. Somebody mentioned a blurred
a black
earlier.
nerd?
A black nerd. That was me. That was me. So yeah.
I was like,
Denise Cuffey off of Facebook was talking about. I love me a blurred.
Yep. I was.
You love me, 14 years old.
I was in the club watching the purses. Y'all go ahead and that. I just sit here and watch.
I do not believe that about
I watched many a purse.
I
watched many a purse in the club.
Yeah, but what you failed to mention, Myra, is that you watched the purse while being on the dance floor, backing it up on somebody else. You just faced the bench. That's all. That's all. Be real. That's all real is. Right. Myra's like, I see the purse. I see the purse.
You're a real fine girl now. Back it up. Yeah.
No. I've sat many a time with just four purses on the table. I'm good. You gonna put yours here too? Okay. All right. I'll just watch it. At least bring me back a drink.
Karen Vaughn with David Allen Greer. I can't get past men on film. Karen Vaughn said, "Yeah, I get that too."
Okay. All right.
I know it's just a.
Where's Quinn? Where's Quinn when I need her? All right, keep going.
Renita Bland on Facebook. Boris Kojo faux show. Yes, absolutely.
Now, my birthday buddy, he doesn't do it for me, and I mean he's okay, but
really, see that's and I'll tell you what I love about him, and it's a lot like what I said about your crush, is that he has such a love and reverence for his wife. I love the way that he loves her.
Yeah, for sure.
And the way that their family is with, two great kids, and they just seem to be, they love and admire him, and he loves and admires them. I love the love that exists between them, and he ain't that.
I would agree. So, I got to work with him on Real Husbands of Hollywood, and then we did the New Edition story, where those who know, I played myself. I was myself in episode number 3. What I tried to have happen, and he wouldn't do it, and smiled when I asked. I tried to have Boris Kojo play me. I was
Stephen Hill, that would have been a moment in movie making history.
I tried. He was like, "Yeah, no."
That would have been awesome. That would have absolutely been awesome. Now, I love that idea.
I will say, one time when we were working on, I think it was Meet the Browns, and Rick Fox had a part.
Oh yeah.
And when he walked on the set, I heard myself gasp, like, oh mercy, I didn't.
Oh mercy.
I'd never seen all that close up on me like that. You have to write him a few more lines.
and then we'll have practice afterwards.
Right.
Yes. Running lines.
Longer. I was like, okay.
I wonder if somebody who is listening could tell the story about meeting Lawrence Fishburne for the first time. I don't know if that will come across, but just thought there's somebody who might share that as a possible Valentine.
Margaret Walker off of Facebook calls Billy D. Williams, for me, tells me 2 things right off. Number
how
1,
old you are?
She will indeed let her arm fall off. And number 2, she's a woman of a certain age.
Margaret Walker, I'm not mad at you, but watching him on The View yesterday, it was a different Billy D. He's now like an 87-year-old Billy D. And so it's a different thing, right? But he's lovely, but yeah.
What's wrong? Men can't age? Men can't age? What's wrong?
No,
is the problem with men aging?
No, he looks like Stephen Hill. There's not a line. It's like you. There's not a line on his forehead. He looks.
I had to take my lines out for a second. No lines on his forehead.
But he looks great. But it was just something that just is a little aged on him. But he just seems very lovely.
when they were interviewing, who was it, Morgan Freeman and someone else for that last film. I don't remember who he was sitting there with, and they asked him a question. And they turned and went, Morgan, are you asleep? Morgan nodded off in the middle.
Yeah, and I believe it when Morgan Freeman was in that commercial saying, "Let your freak flag fly." I was like, okay, Morgan, you definitely a different kind of dude. Definitely. Thanks you guys for participating. Happy Valentine's Day to everyone. Stephen Hill, you and your side piece. And I hope you had a wonderful evening out.
Oh, I
You
don't
got
want
some
my wife. I
studying
don't
to
want
do.
my wife walking in the door and having that be the first thing she hears on the show. Right? She didn't get the setup. She didn't get the roll up. She didn't. None of that's like, oh, tell me about your side piece.
Happy Valentine's Day.
Exactly. You're one and only. So let's move to trending. And Myra, I will ask you, I'm not sure what you have coming up in the near future, but do you have any dates, any comedy dates coming up?
No, nothing. Taking a little bit of a sabbatical,
Mm-hmm.
and probably till cruise time.
Okay.
Maybe not that long, but just a little bit of a break there.
And speaking of cruise time, you both can talk about your appearances on the Tom Joyner Fantastic Voyage.
Yes, I'll be on the Tom Joyner Fantastic Voyage, April 26th to, I believe it's May 4th, if I have the dates correctly. Come on board, it's gonna be fun. Earth, Wind and Fire, Shaka Khan, Kirk Whalum, Method Man. No, Kirk Franklin. I'm sorry, I said Kirk Whalum. Kirk Franklin, Method Man, Ashante, Bobby Brown, Ralph Tresvant. I know I've forgotten some people, but you know.
Shante Moore. Shante Moore.
Okay. Shante Moore. That wasn't on the recent feed that I had. So no slight to you, Shante. I got your shirt. Okay.
I want a sweatshirt too. I don't know when I'll get that. But Stephen Hill.
It's the 27th. It starts on April 27th because when you said the 26th, I got a little scared.
Okay.
She'll be in Indianapolis on the 26th,
Gotcha.
so it leaves April 27th.
Google it. Google it.
April 27th when it leaves.
Okay. And speaking of Shante, where are you guys headed now? Will the cruise be your next appearance?
Next appearance is going to be in Mexico, but since there's going to be clothing optional, I don't think anybody going to be there.
So. Okay. All right, player. Okay.
No, and then so Indianapolis on April 26th, and DC, we just keep going back to DC because my mom keeps requesting her.
Oh, nice.
On May 24th at Birchmere.
Oh, nice, very Absolutely. Nice. And the cruise, don't forget. And then there's the cruise.
I'm so glad you all are coming. Yay!
Yes. I am too.
So my favorite words that spring is almost here were heard in sports reports all this week. Pitchers and catchers report. That means that the baseball season is upon us. The championship Texas Rangers are back to work and working on their back-to-back championship, just like the Kansas City Chiefs did. And so they are in preparation now for the 2024 Major League Baseball season. I hope good luck to all of you out there, but Rangers, let's go. And who knew that the Texas Rangers would be my team? But there's something about those guys. They just grabbed my heart and my allegiance and took folks here all the way to the championship. So we're very proud of them. As we've been talking about and alluding all afternoon, a frightening end to today's championship parade in Kansas City. Several people were wounded in a shooting near Union Station in Kansas City, Missouri, at the conclusion of the Chiefs Super Bowl victory parade. One person has died, 10 to 15 people are injured, and 9 to 10 of them may be children. They say that 3 are reported in critical condition, 5 are in serious condition, and the Kansas City Police Chief Stacey Graves, calling the shooting a tragedy, said this appeared to be criminal in nature, not related to terrorism. 3 suspects have been taken into custody, and the New York Post reported several heroic Kansas City Chiefs fans pounced on one of the gunmen who allegedly opened deadly fire at the parade, tackling him to the ground as hundreds of frantic bystanders rushed to safety. And they have video of this and showing the suspect springing behind a barrier and that were filled with jerseys and across the grass towards a sea of confused and terrified celebrants shortly after the shots rang out. And they said rather than running away from the with the rest of the crowd, one brave fan braced himself and leaped on the alleged criminal, dragging him to the ground. The suspect quickly pulled away, but was immediately tackled again by a second Chiefs fan who somersaulted in the dirt with the man in a desperate attempt to keep him tied down. And that's when the first fan jumped back into the fight, followed by at least two other bystanders who all worked together to hold the suspect down until police arrived just a few seconds later.
Mm.
Myra, I couldn't help thinking about you when this happened because back in the day, we would get a note from Myra J or a message saying, "I'm going to the Bulls championship parade. You guys want anything?"
Mhm.
And that is what a lot of people, that's you're just a fan. You just want to go and be there in the
And that
moment.
joyful moment, yep,
Yeah.
and that celebratory moment, just to say I was there and everybody is on that same high at the same time, and then this nonsense, this moment, this celebration now, the memory, it's ruined forever now.
Yeah, for sure. And the everyone is asking, well, what about the players? They were on a bus. They
Mm.
had left Union Station. They were on a bus on the way back to the Chiefs headquarters when they heard about this, and so they all of them were tweeting out and sending out their best wishes to the people. Uh, and at that point, I don't think many of them knew what how serious this was and the number of people who were wounded as well as one person
Yeah,
killed.
yeah. And I think that the number of injured has actually gone up into the 20s now.
Probably,
Yeah,
yeah, yeah,
last report
yeah,
was, yeah.
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 It's astonishing how few people can completely alter the work of organizations, of cities, of everything, right? This championship will always have this looming over it.
Hmm.
Always, right?
It'll all be
Forget, for,
always be stained. Yep.
right? Always be staying like this. Forget how hard these players and the organization worked and people, the city of Kansas City and everything. Forget all of that. There's now an asterisk besides this.
Hmm.
And it's just unfortunate. It's so difficult to build something and so easy to tear something down, and you get the same notoriety for both. It sucks.
Right.
Hmm.
Right. 15 people suffering life-threatening injuries as of right now. Three people now in custody, including one possibly tackled by the bystanders. 22 shot. And they're saying Children's Mercy Hospital said they are treating 12 patients from the rally, 11 of which are children.
And of course, please read I see there's been several references to this.
Right.
Please don't let them be black.
Right. That's the question.
Hmm.
That's the question.
Please don't
Are
let
they?
them be
Are
black.
they or are they not? Haven't seen
I've
any.
seen those. Have they shown footage of them yet at all?
The footage they show of them of the suspects being tackled, it's so blurry you can't really tell
Hmm.
what this is. But this is a crazy story. Did you see this? This is the story of a man who's like a grandfather. He ran into Walmart to get some things because he was going to be making some beef jerky and he pick up a couple of items. He's driving his prized Camaro car vehicle and he's pulling out of the parking space and he accidentally touched a car driven by someone else. And he got out to survey the damage and to apologize because he said the people said he knew it was his fault. And the woman that got out of the car that he hit said nothing. She just pulled out her weapon and she shot him in the face and killed him in
What?
California.
Oh my gosh.
This is where we are.
I'm so sorry. I froze. What did the person say?
She got out of her car. She said nothing. The man said, "I'm so sorry. Let me make this right." And she just got out of her car, pulled out a gun, and shot him in the face, killing him.
See,
a white man and a very disturbed black woman who looked in her booking photo looked like you were doing something wrong to her, like you were taking up her time. And she was disgusted by this, not by her behavior, but by her, being arrested, then finding her. This is a woman with an AR-15 walking into a church in the parking lot at a parade. We have got to do something. And if you say you can't do something, you can vote for the people who are making
Yeah.
it too easy
Yeah.
to buy
Yeah.
the guns.
yeah, yeah.
Those that are in the pockets of the lobbyists, of the gun companies, of all those people that are paying them very well to make it very easy for them to
Because
sell.
they can do anything that they want. They can make holidays. They can just make a holiday. We're just gonna vote, and now this is a holiday. They can take away a holiday. Well, no, they will move a holiday. Well, now we're gonna celebrate Christmas in June. Whatever they want to do.
And we can't forget our Confederates. We got to pay homage to them.
Right.
Yeah, yeah.
The losers must be celebrated. The
Right.
losers must be celebrated.
Yep.
Yes.
Unfortunate. So sorry.
Hmm. And a reminder that it was 6 years ago today that the Parkland school shooting took place, in which 17 students and adults were killed.
Mm.
And those people are still mourning and still trying to make sense of this. And those kids are now adults that are working for some gun legislation.
Yep.
On a lighter note, excuse me, I'm not choking up. I've got a lot of phlegm here. Remember Rachel Dolezal, the white woman who presented herself as the black woman?
Yes.
And she was.
This is definitely a lighter note because he doesn't have the weight of a job anymore.
Remember, she was the president of a chapter of the NAACP.
Yeah.
Well, she's lost another job, as Stephen Hill has already alluded. She is going by the name Nikichi Diallo. Came under fire for real Tuesday, following reports that Rachel Dolezal, a teacher at the Catalina Foothills School District in Arizona, had an OnlyFans page listed on her public social media account. She was reportedly making $19 an hour for her teaching job while selling content on OnlyFans for $9.99. Now, when I looked up her OnlyFans account, it's $9.99 for her account, but she can bundle with other people and make more money. But from what I could tell, she said she encouraged people to go to her OnlyFans page where she posts creative content and gives fans a more intimate look into her life. Well, the district's director there at the school in Arizona, not too happy about it, and said that her posts are contrary to our district's norms and practices, and this is not the way we want to present it. They are contrary to the use of social media by the district employees policy and the staff ethics policy, and so. She's fired.
So wait, is Rachel fired or is Geechee fired or did the both of them get fired? And is either one eligible for unemployment? I'm
what name? Because she might be applying for both names, right? Yeah, Nikichi, also AKA Rachel, and I'm not sure what other name she's come up with since then.
Oh gosh.
Yeah, but she's fired. Was she doing anything risque? CM Williams asked on Facebook. What I could see CM, because I wasn't going to pay the $9.99 for the membership to OnlyFans, but it looked like she was wearing lingerie.
Well, here's the thing: if you only going for $9.99, your ass should get fired. That's what That's what you know what they be making on them pages. But I'm on sale $9.99. See me in my flannels. It's like, come on.
So my first question in all this is she a good teacher? It's my question. My question, why? Because of what somebody chooses to do on their private time, should their job be at risk? I asked that question seriously.
But it
If
was
she is not a
against
good
the
teacher,
school's social media policy.
okay. So I thought, okay, is that a policy or was it the norms of practices? Right. What I didn't hear was policy. What I heard was norms, and we don't like it. If
Right.
it's against policy, I get it. I would question the policy. I understand why she's fired. I would still question the policy because is she a good teacher? What this world can't afford to do. I don't care if they butt naked, if they back it up like Myra was when she looked at the purses. If they are a good teacher, don't take them out of the system. I don't care.
Because it's difficult enough finding good teachers. You're right, but
Yes.
this is the district's line: use of social media by district employees policy and the staff ethics policy. That is what she violated.
Cool. I question the policy then. I get that. Then I know why she's fired. I get that. I question the policy. That doesn't make no sense. Let's make it in this world as it moves forward.
Mm-hmm.
Let's make it more difficult for people who are going to find second incomes because teaching doesn't pay. Let's make it more difficult for people trying to find second incomes to teach if they're good teachers.
Because teachers do have to look for those second jobs. You're right.
Absolutely.
Well, I hope she wasn't teaching math because I feel
something's not adding up.
The math ain't mathing to me. If you thought you was gonna get some money for $9.99, I'm still stuck on that.
I think the problem was she was like,
Yeah.
I think the problem is she was on OnlyFans putting herself up as a BBW. All right, moving on. Moving
on to entertainment.
Moving on.
An Oklahoma radio station announced it will be playing Beyonce's new country single, Texas Hold'em. After initially shut down a request from a fan and faced widespread criticism from Beyonce's Beehive. The initial move to not play the song drew quick criticism from fans over what they perceived to be narrow-mindedness. One fan said he emailed the Oklahoma-based radio station asking that the song, one of the two country songs released by Beyonce on Super Bowl Sunday, be added to the station's rotation. The station rejected the request, responding, "Hi, we do not play Beyonce on the KYWXYZ radio station as we are a country music station." A screenshot of the fan's email and the radio station's response went viral on social media as Beyonce's ardent fan base made similar requests online. Lots of calls coming in for Beyonce's Texas Hold'em. It's coming up in minutes, is what the jocks were heard to say. The station also shared an image of its show schedule, which shows, they'll tell you when your song is coming up, and usually every hour on the hour. It was coming up at 2:28 p.m. in the time slot. And in a formal news statement sent to a newspaper, the general manager said, look at here. We're a small market station, and we're not in a position to break an artist or help it that much. So it has to chart a little bit higher for us to be able to add it. But we love us some Beyonce here. That's what I'm saying. We love us some Beyonce, and we play her on our other top 40 and adult hit stations. We don't do that rap and that all that stuff, but we do play her on our top 40 station, and we're not playing her here on our country music station yet because it just came out, folks. It came out while that Usher fella was on stage. Give us a minute. Because we don't break new artists here.
That is a wonderful industry answer from somebody who's just wet behind the ears. Listen,
and it's one who's been in that position.
Billy Bob ain't been to the store to buy the record yet. So as soon as he goes bring it back.
This is just the start. Beyonce putting out a country product is going to test everyone's boundaries.
Yeah.
And when she puts out the duet with Taylor Swift, which will be a country song and Taylor Swift's first return to country in about 7 to 8 years, everything's going to be tested, right?
Including
a black
Kanye's
woman,
brain space.
So a black woman doing country, by far not the first, of course. I'm blanking on
Morgan. What is the girl's name?
No, oh my gosh, I can't believe it. We were the first people to have her. We had on
the Yolanda. What's the black country music woman's name? Artist.
Is it Mickey?
Mickey Guyton. Mickey Guyton. Yes, Mickey Guyton. There are others, but none of them are named Beyonce. Like none of them are named Beyonce
Right.
and are going to come authentically with her Texas because she's not new to country. She's done it before. The country's artists on it, and all these stations that aren't used to doing this are going to have to figure out reasons. Like this small market station had to be the tip of the arrow for a whole bunch of other people. So it'll be fun to watch this play out. That's the truth. It'll be fun to watch this play out.
Yep, for sure, it will. I mean, look at what has happened with fast car and other things where you're crossing the genre and stepping into something that they ain't ready for this. They ain't ready for this. Let's close out with the jewel.
We can't have nothing. We just can't have nothing. Here they come over here.
Okay.
That's right. We had basketball gone. We had football gone. We had
let them in the golf. You see what happened there.
Tennis gone.
We had soccer in Africa, and look what happened. Okay.
We had the presidency. Well, that was gone for a minute.
And not sure how close we're going to get to that again. Today's jewel: allow your higher power to guide you towards your highest destiny. So inhale tolerance and exhale oppression. Let's send that to some members of Congress too while we're at it. Thanks, you guys. Happy Valentine's Day to everyone. Thanks for participating. Hope you're having a wonderful love day and continue to spread the love. We'll see you again soon. Thank you, Myra. Thank you, Steve.
I'm gonna go oppress myself up against my wife now. So
enjoy yourself, sir.